least 30 of these 900 cases were added on June 12th or prior. So these are probably people that have already gotten the virus, maybe had a symptom and recovered, provided that they have not passed, and probably are not infectious anymore at this point. So of the 900 cases, or 980 I think were reported today, this is when their onset date actually occurred. So most of the cases that were reported today have an onset date of 3 or 4 days back. But you'll see, you can scroll back and see somehow today, in today's data, there were 8 more cases with an onset date of April 14th than the previous day. I don't really understand how that happens. How yesterday's data had 551 people with an onset date of April 14th and today's had 559. To me, it doesn't make sense. I would probably need explanation as to why that can change. And again, these negatives, short of maybe the data being misread or misentered from one day to the next, I really don't understand how a cumulative number can go down. To me, it doesn't make sense. But if you know, please feel free to enlighten me. I'm wondering if there's anything else. Yeah, we can take a look at death date, or change in death by death date. So I'll sort on date descending. We reported, I think we said it was 16 deaths from one day to the next. 4 of those 16 occurred yesterday, 3 the day before, and then 1 on June 22nd, 1 on the 21st. Somehow this person came back to life on the 20th because there were 11 dead in the previous CSV on this date and 10 dead on today's CSV. And what else? Okay. We're going to now find someone that died on St. Patrick's Day and go ahead and add them to the list. There was only 1 reported on June 25th CSV, but on June 26th there are now 2 people dead on St. Patrick's Day. Again, not entirely sure how that works. Maybe it took a very long time to diagnose this deceased person as being COVID positive, dying from COVID, or dying with COVID. And then finally, I'll take a look at hospitalizations. So I'll sort again by date in descending order, with the most recent first, or ascending, depending on the way you look at the chronology. And from our hospitalizations added, a lot of these hospitalizations did occur, so none occurred on the 26th, but 15 occurred yesterday, 20 the day before, and all of these new hospitalizations seem to occur, or not all, but most occurred in June. Some just did not have a date, so there were 5 that were dateless. And yeah, 2 days ago the CSV had 0 people with a hospitalization date of last year, February 25th, and maybe someone just forgot it was the year 2020 at today's iteration. I don't know. But this, I like doing this code just to verify for myself where the new cases, hospitalizations, and deaths are coming, and then when, so we can actually get the correct date, not just the date reported, but the date of symptoms, hospitalizations, and death, as well as who. So we take a look at the demographics, and they do provide gender in the out file, but I'm not entirely sure that that's a relevant indicator. I don't know if men or women are more likely to die from the disease. I don't think that we even have the science behind that yet. But again, if you are at all interested in this code, or think it could be leveraged, I'm happy to share. There's a couple things that I wish the data in Ohio did do. They don't put any testing numbers in the CSV, which is very annoying. So you'll hear people talk about the increase in cases or the spike in cases without ever paying any attention to the testing capacity, and not understanding the positivity rate among people who are tested. But they do have total test data in this COVID tracking project. So if you go to covidtracking.com, they will actually look at total tests performed by state, by day. But they really they do the best they can to scrape data together. Ohio CSV does not do that. If we could be greedy, I'd like to see tests performed by age, by county, so we could actually see, we have a ton of new cases in the 20 to 30 range. Well, maybe we're testing that range a little bit more than others. I cannot confirm that. That's just perhaps a hypothesis of mine, with people saying that to go back to work, they need to get tests, or perhaps there's more congregate living tests going on. I think that would also be a great column to throw into the data. It's probably too late. I don't know how organized the hospital data